Well, the big idea, and actually I proposed it when I ran for the House of Delegates in 1978. In fact, I still have the piece of literature where it's in it. But, and the idea was that you have the largest estuary in America, and it's a national treasure, and it's multi-state, of course, multi-jurisdiction. But the idea is to have some kind of coordination between all these gems and pearls around the bay of all kinds of descriptions, whether it's history museums, wildlife refuges, parks, boat launches, all the things that make up the history of the bay and the use of the bay. And the idea is that ought to be some kind of coordination so that there's a place you can go and find out what's available and how to get to it and what it costs or doesn't cost, and what are the uses you can apply yourself to. So it's education, it's environment, but that was just the beginning of the Clean Up the Chesapeake Bay movement, which Harry Hughes became a leader in, Governor Hughes. And my theory was the more people are exposed to a product, whatever you want to call it, name it, the more interested they are in its well-being. So it's you're going to be more interested in cleaning up the Chesapeake Bay if you use it. Be fishing, hunting, boating, just looking at it. You're going to be more interested in its health, its well-being. And so you get public support. And that's what politics is all about. It does three things. First, it provides an umbrella, a kind of coordinating entity in the National Park Service. And listen, my last job, I was president of the American Battlefield Trust. I dealt with the National Park Service every day, all over America, because we did battlefields. We save battlefields, and they preserve a lot of battlefields, run them.
Like Gettysburg.
Yeah, Gettysburg, I mean, you name it. And on balance, it's a good institution. It's got its flaws, trust me, but it's a good institution. They do good work. And they certainly have a national brand, international brand that is golden. I mean, the United States of America runs the best park system in the world. There's no debate about that. We had the first national park in Yellowstone, and we've only gotten better and better and better. Hundreds of millions of people go to those parks every year throughout America. From all over the world they come. And the idea is if you could take the disparate entities that people use to go through to use the bay or to access the bay, they're the ones that should do it. They'd also have the assurance that they're dealing with a brand that is good, it's well run. That's what you're buying here. So you have that assurance, but also you have insurance. If you go to Sandy Point and say, this is really cool, I like this, what else they got around here? They've got the network. And they can show you, here's the network, and here's how you get to the next place that's similar to this that you might want to experience. Or you want to do a museum. Okay, we've got museums for you. Where do you live, or where are you going next? Well, we're going into Virginia, the Northern Neck. Well, okay, here's some other things under this brand. And the other thing about this proposed legislation that I like is that you still have local control. You don't, and by the way, the other thing is it's all voluntary. You're the Pittman, you're the county executive, you don't want to put your parks into it, you don't put them into it. It's real simple. There's money from leases, mainly offshore leases, oil and gas, that went into something called the Land and Water Conservation Fund. Well, the Congress would always steal, it's my word, 80–90% of it and put it to other programs. Well, this law keeps it all there. It's big. It's like $900 million a year, something like that. It's real money. And so the Park Service Park Service got plenty of money. So the money is there. What this proposed law does is access that money by way of this Chesapeake National Recreation Area, this entity. And as I said, to me, it's win-win-win. I mean, it's voluntary. You want to be part of it, little county in Virginia, then you don't be part of it, okay? But if you want access to money, if you want the shield, and the umbrella that goes with that, this is what you want to do. This should happen.
Yeah.
This really should
How
happen.
hopeful are you that it will happen?
I think it's got to have a 90% chance. This is motherhood and apple pie.
So you don't think it's controversial, it's not partisan? We're
I-
not talking about running into, like you said before,
The Waterman raising heck. No,
local control issues and keep the
I-
fads out of our lives.
As I said, if you don't want to join, don't join. You know, it can only add value. Once you establish a recreational facility, or once they have access to it, it becomes a community asset that they are very protective of. And I think it'll just help the bay in terms of cleaning it up, getting it more and more healthy, because people recognize it's an asset and that they use and they enjoy, and they want to continue to do that.
So